Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial will be on how to draft a basic bodice for our kiddies, and this is the measurements I will be using. The shoulder I'm working with is 11, the chest line is 24, the waist is 24, and the half length is 11. This bodice is half length bodice from shoulder to waist. So the chest line and the waistline is almost the same thing, or the difference will be half an inch. The chest line can be 24 and the waistline will be 23 and half. And the reason is they don't have bust at the front. So I will be drafting the front. I will be drafting the front and the back together. So the chest is 24. If I divide the chest by 2, I will have 12. So from this line will be my guideline. I will be marking 12, and I will add 1 inch to that 12. I will have 13. The chest line divided by 2 plus 1 inch. So I have 13. I'm marking 13. I'll do the same for this side. 13, so I can have accurate line. 13. I'll connect it together. Because I'm drafting the front and the back together, I will divide this box by 2 as well. So I have 13 here. 13 divided by 2 will give me 6.5. So I'll mark 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, and I'll connect it. Remember, I only had 1 inch for this block. This side will be my center front, and this side will be my center back. The shoulder I'm working with is 11. If I divide 11 by 2, I will have 5.5. This is my 5.5. I will do the same thing for the center back. 5.5. And from that 5.5, I will come down for our slope by 1 inch. I will do the same thing for the back. 1 inch. Then the neck width I'll be using is 2.5. If you want accurate neck width for your kids, you can divide the chest line by 12. The chest I'm working with is 24. If I divide it by 12, I will have 2. But you can alter your neckline, your neck width. You can alter your neck width. So I'll be using, instead of 2, I'll be using 2.5. And I will connect the slope to the neck width, which is 2.5. The neck width for the front and the back is always the same. So from the center back, I will mark 2.5 as well, and I will connect it to the slope. This is our shoulder slope, and the neckline and the neck depth for the front will be 2.5 as well, while the back will be 3.5. because you can alter your neckline the way you want it. So I'm connecting the slope, I'm connecting the neckline. I will do the same for the back. This is our neck line. Now we need to mark our chest line. You will divide your chest line by 4. The chest line I'm working with is 24. 24 divided by 4 will give me 6, and I will minus 1. To get your chest line, you need to divide your chest measurement by 4 minus 1. So I will have 5. After dividing my chest line by 4 minus 1, I have 5. So I will be marking the 5 from the slope. This is my 5 inch. So I will mark the total of what I have, so I can mark it here as well. I have 6. So I'll bring the 6 to this side to have an accurate line. I will do the same thing for the back. So I will extend the chest line from the front to the center back. And this is our chest line. So now we need to mark our horizontal measurement. The chest is 24. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So I will mark 6 at the chest line, and on the waistline, the waist I'm working with is 11, but I need ½ inch to join it at the shoulder line and ½ inch to join it at the waistline. I will add 1 inch. That's 12. Then I will connect it to have a straight line. I'm extending it to the back as well. This is our waistline, and the waist measurement is 24. 24 divided by 4 will give me 6 as well. I will mark the 6 from the center back as well, 6 inch, and the waist is 6 inch as well. I will connect it to have a straight line. So this is the front and the back. For the armhole, I will mark my shoulder measurement, half of my shoulder measurement. I will bring it down to my chest line. I have 5.5. I will mark 5.5. I will do the same thing for the back. From the center back, I will mark 5.5 also. And I will connect it to the slope to the chest line. I will do the same thing for the back. And this is what we have. From the slope, I will measure what I have from the slope to the chest line. I have 5. 5 divided by 2 will give me 2.5. I will do the same thing for the back as well, 2.5. Then for the front, from that 2.5, I will come in by 1/4, and I will use my curved ruler to curve it to the chest measurement. For this, you have to rotate your to have a perfect armhole. So this is the armhole for the front, and for the back you don't need to come in, just use your curve to connect it. This is what we have. Some people might be saying, are we not adding that? For children, when you are sewing for children, they don't need that, because that is for fitting, and children clothes does not need fitting. If you check all these ready to wear or all these oyinbo people clothes, you will see that there is nothing like that. So for this, I will not be using that for my bodies. And this is the center front and this is the center back. I will cut the both out now. I'm cutting the neckline for the center back. This is the center back and this is the center front. When you are cutting the front, this side will be on fold. When you are cutting the front is always on fold. And for the back, this is the center back. You will cut 2 pieces for the center back and you will add your zipper allowance for this. I'm cutting, and this is the center front neckline. So this is what we have. When you are cutting it on your fabric, this side will be on fold for the center front, and you had your same allowance. Maybe you use 2 inch, 3 inch for your same allowance. You had your same allowance, and this side you will have your same allowance for the side as well. But for the center, you only had your zipper allowance. Probably I will try to make something from these bodies very soon. So this is what we have for our basic bodies. This is the chest line, this is the waistline. Remember, we already had 1 inch for this side. You don't need to add any allowance for this side again. The only allowance you need to add for the front is for the side, and for the back you had the allowance for the side and your zipper allowance. If this tutorial has been helpful to you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video.